Right, how you guys doing today? You heard it here first. You heard it here live. I'll be your host, DJ Max. You can call me Maximilian or however you decide to call me. Just for a quick introduction, you heard it here first. A podcast that is designed to help young people mental growth. Focus on upcoming strategies to help each other out. You heard it here start as a podcast, but this is going to be a community built for all of us. Ways that we can help each other grow, and just to find a platform that actually focus on people like us and actually having mentality to grow. Every episode is going to be designed to help structure you for your next step. Even the guests on the show are going to be people who are going to focus on growth, you know what I mean? Giving the listeners, giving you guys something special, right? So talking about something special today, I actually do have a really, really special guest in the house. Like, this man is my friend, he's my brother, DJ partner, he's my mentor, like, he's everything. Like, I don't even know how to put in words, and to start this off right, it's just great to start with somebody who's really into the community and want to strive as hard as everyone else, and as you heard it here too, want to strive with him too. How you doing today, Tevin?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I've been waiting for this, bro. I was just bringing me back to years ago when I started a podcast, and it was like a work thing, But
Right.
now, like, I can fully bring in myself, and it's with someone that that we're working and building with, and someone that I even see myself in.
Exactly.
So, like, yeah, let's get this going. This is episode 1. Like,
Yeah,
I'm ready,
I know,
bro.
right?
Yeah, like
this
is
is
fire.
the spark to everything right here, bro.
Yes.
And like he said, this is something that I've been looking forward to my entire life. I've talked about
That's
this
real.
idea so many times. When we first met, actually, like, we just gonna get straight into it. Like,
That's
we
good.
met in such a nice group of people and connection. And everything was so natural and organic. And we talked about just things that we were working on independently. Like, I didn't even have the structure to even, like, I was still new to the area, still
Yeah.
trying to understand the community, and like, you just kind of welcome me in that space, and like, kind of put me in rooms with people who are like, mental capability to get you to the next step, which is really
Facts.
crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was such a vibe. Like, we literally met on the stage, El Corazon. I'd never been there before. It's like
Right.
a punk rock, grungy type of scene. But we did like an underground hip hop takeover, and
Right.
that was one of the most
Exactly.
memorable events that I've done.
Right, right.
On stage, they had DJ Max pull up on me. I didn't know who DJ Max was,
Exactly.
but hey, this man pulled up, and we had a great time, man.
Yeah, man. That was great timing, because
Yeah.
that whole setup was just naturally organic, because
Facts, yeah.
like you said, it was just because of who we know. You know what I mean? Having the whole team from Underground Takeover, from Jules, Manny, Lupe, you know what I mean? So all those guys
Right.
are hustlers, are grinding just like us, trying to get into the game, doing their thing. So, having that network. When I met you, the first thing I said was, "Man, we're gonna have a good time tonight."
Yes,
and
sir.
I just automatically knew it, because it was just natural. You know what I'm saying? And since then, we've been having way better times. You know what I'm saying?
Right, bro. Yes,
it's
so
crazy,
many nights, so many moments, bro. We just been building together. So yeah, I can't wait to see where this goes, where everything goes musically. Just with the podcast. We're working on many things. I call myself a serial entrepreneur, and I feel like you kind of fit that bill as well.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, I mean, just a little bit about myself.
Right.
I'm here from Seattle. My name's Tevin. I do a multitude of things, and really ingrained in community. Really for the people when it comes to everything. When it comes to resources. Helping you. Musically, with business, whatever it may be. Let's build together, because it's really about collaboration over competition. Like, I
Right,
think it's
right.
all about us working together. We all have our different, skills and talents, and why not, like, collaborate and, like, help each other out and get to that next level, because why not? Like, why
Right,
not? We're
right.
trying to live life to this fullest, and
Exactly.
like, live our best lives. So this is just that stepping stone, and it's only up from here. Like,
Right.
honestly.
It's actually really amazing to even have you in this space right now, because
Yeah.
I know you probably one of the most busiest people I know. Like, you've been all around the world, you've been doing
Yeah.
your thing, and And just for a little quick introduction, like, you know, he just letting you guys know, like, he's a Seattle native. He's been around these parks for a really long time.
Yeah, born and raised, man. White Center, Dub C. You know, if you know, you know. Rat City. You know, I got love for White Center.
Recognizing the city, man. Like,
206.
for real. Like, you were just one of the pioneers out here that actually, like, you know, give me that welcome feeling in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, since I've been kicking it with you, I've been to a lot of different events, you know, being around a lot of different people, you know, within the community who are also helping to impact, you know. Just a little quick bit about me, you know, I moved from Minnesota to Seattle a couple years ago to get more into the scene, like to
Minnesota.
be around. Yeah, man, you know, it get cold like Minnesota. It
Okay,
really does.
yeah.
They really does.
I don't know much
there.
about Minnesota, honestly. You know, you got to put us on what's going on out there.
Yo, there's a whole lot more. I feel like we're gonna find time to get into that. I'm definitely want to explain to you guys like who I really am, what I stand on, and what you heard here first. You know what it's all about. You know, this is a really great program. Like this platform is something that like I've like dreamed about, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy to even have you here today because when I was thinking about this, I couldn't even visual like where I was gonna start and who I was gonna start it with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For such a major episode, and today's been a really special day for me, you know, just being out here and having the chance to speak to Tevin today. It just like I can't even, you know what I mean? I can't even consume the energy.
Yeah,
you know
right. We just taking it in, you know. Sometimes things don't fit like you don't completely feel something that is real until like, you know, way later on. Then you like reflect and like, damn, I really did that. So man, it's all about, you know, challenging yourself and putting yourself in just different areas, different opportunities, and, you know, making yourself feel uncomfortable, I think is really important too. You know, because I think it's easy to just, you know, just feel comfortable, get into that Seattle freeze mode and not really, you know, want to do anything, or, you know, just getting comfortable where we're at, you know. But, you know, I think being around friends that are, you know, thriving also helps, and even mentors, like mentoring other people like brings life out of me as well. So I think it's always important to seek mentors and also mentor and help the people next to you. So
bro, that's what you've been doing for me, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like throughout the whole program of Community Carried, you know, like, you know, being there step by step, you know, someone to call to get work done and everything like that with that, you know, constant motivation. I remember I one time I FaceTime you and you were like all the way somewhere in
I was out in
Egypt or
Thailand,
something
bro.
like that.
Yeah, I remember that call, man. It was a good call. It's like, when I get back, we're about to do a podcast. We made that happen.
Yeah, that was actually crazy because you know, you took time off to actually speak to me. We actually had a great time on that call. But like I said, you know, I would definitely get into more episodes where I would explain myself and get more into depth. But you know, having Tevin here today has been a really great standpoint. So we definitely want to get into one or two things. So we already been letting you guys know who we are. Just a quick question to Tevin. Bro, like you do everything. Like you're into real estate. Bro, you just telling me some stuff off camera, like, you know, some things that we're gonna figure out, you know what I mean? Help each
working
other.
on some deals.
Exactly, bro. You running Community Carried, you were there for mentorship. You're also pushing towards instructor. I know you've been iffy about that and all that. So you
maybe in the future. Not right now. You know, I don't like to, you know, put too much responsibilities on my plate, but you know, when it's the right season and right time, you know, you go for it.
Exactly.
But you know, that's like something that I guess I'm working on myself, is not like spreading myself too thin, like knowing what I am capable of at this time. And like, you know, I actually like play things by seasons, you know, like when's the right season for this. So but yeah, I don't like to be put in the box, to say the least.
Nah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. And in that case, like since we're even talking about Community Carried, just for me, it was a real life benefit for my lifestyle, for my program, and just getting, you know, stepping up in life. You know, it's a Seattle. You know, I'm gonna just let you get into it.
A little bit about Community Carried. Yeah, man. So I got like my background really just been in like social service. You know, like I've always just been wanting to help, and I actually found that I can serve without being a teacher. You know, because like before, you know, just going back like to like my high school days, like I've been in a role where I was like serving and like, helping youth and like day camps and camps. Shout out Camp Waskowitz one time. This always comes in because it's a pivotal moment of my life. But that just led to like, making connections, and Seattle has a great ecosystem as far as like social service and resources that I just really fit into. But there really wasn't a way, there's not too many avenues for entrepreneurship. There's a lot of like, job, kind of job programs and trade programs and whatnot, but I didn't see entrepreneurship, and that's what I was into. That was my bread and butter, and that's like, it was all about YouTube University at that time, just learning, making searches, learning off YouTube, self-teaching myself, right? But, I came across Community Carrot, and I actually wanted to create a program of my own, but I'm also all about like not reinventing the wheel. If there's people that's already created, an ecosystem and a program, like, learn, be part of it, and see how it works, see how it fits. And it's been 4 years already, and we've had 6 cohorts of youth, 18 to 24, where we help them with their dreams, their passions, to turn it into a business, a hustle, just a project, a life project. And this is, we're living it right now.
Exactly.
So I mean, that's this program itself, Seattle Community Care. We'll drop the link and everything.
Yep.
But yeah, this is just one of many programs and opportunities that Seattle has. But I'd say, I grew up in a way that if there was a program like this when I was younger, I would have been in it hands down. There's a lot, and there's a lot of programs that I think a lot of youth just don't know about or don't know, how to access it. But things are different now. We got social media, we got people, really pushing it out. We got podcasts. This is like a live TV show.
There,
like it's different. So just really bringing that. Just bringing that to life, and sharing that resource, because you never know whose life it's going to touch and who needs this at this time, especially when you're at that age of 18, 24, life is open at that point. So I call myself like a connector, resourceful connector, the plug, whatever you want to say, bro.
He's like a Wi-Fi, you know what I mean?
Like a one-stop shop, I'll help you find a house. I'll help you find, what you need to build your LLC. I'll help you, you're good at music. Like, I know this guy that has a studio. You want to start a podcast? Here you go. Like, we at the studio. Like, hey, shout out Colors. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, shout out to Colors. Actually, there's a lot of, I'm going to drop a lot of links in this video. Actually, it's just a start. So I want to get you guys in contact with Community Carrot, with Colors themselves at the studio year. You heard it here first, and shout out to my sponsor Dream Lab. We actually rocking the fits today.
I just had to. It was organic. Exactly. Like, no one told me to rock this. Like, I just like to be dripped out, and this is fire, bro.
Exactly.
Dream Lab. If you don't know, you know. Like,
if you don't know,
this is the lab.
This is gonna know. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna know. Like, it's gonna be. You already know, bro. It's about to blow up. So that's all I gotta say.
Right. Yes. Just getting into that. We're just gonna take a quick ad break here. And when we get back, we're gonna get. If you already enjoying this episode and you feeling how the support is, you kind of feeling the team, go ahead and click the subscribe button on the bottom of this video.
Yes,
also, don't forget to like this video, show some support. This is the beginning process of everything. There's more to come, and I'm really glad to be in this position with you guys and actually ride this journey with you guys. Like, it's actually really, really amazing. You know what I mean? So I can't wait. Let's take it to the next level and see how things are and how the next step is.
Right. It doesn't hurt to share things with a friend. It's free. Repost it. Like, it goes a long way.
Way far. Like, you know what I mean? Repost, like, however much you can help to support us as we support you out there too. That would be love. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to episode 1 of You Heard It Here First. Your host, DJ Maximilian, and I got my mentor in the building today. Tevin is here with me. You've been dropping some gems. He's been letting you know what he's been up to. He's a busy guy. This dude been flying around. Like, I'm so glad I even got the chance to for 6 months.
We here, bro.
Straight.
We back.
All over the world. Like, I couldn't wait to catch him, and I'm just like, bro, we need to talk. Like, I need to find some time. Like, whatever you got going on is amazing, and And bro, I just can't wait for us to get into it. So, you had shared with us, how you've been and, how you started, even your connection with Communicare and all of that,
Right.
And one thing I want you to let us know today and share with the audience out there is that, throughout your journey, like what specific moments in your life that you felt that transition, right? Like give us a little insight of that envision and what empowered it to give you all this, real estate and, community care and community leader. Like, before you got into all of that, just kind of give us an insight.
Yeah, man. I mean, I guess being young, I always just been just super ambitious. I knew there was more outside of just a normal job and going to work and paying bills, and there's just so much more. Like, I didn't know what that looked like, and honestly, I did struggle. I struggled in school. Just like the normal structure didn't really work out for me. So, I found that I was passionate about leadership, about just leading and, pushing ideas outside of the box. I majored in marketing, so that was, I knew I wanted to be in the business world.
Right.
I saw myself as, I guess always a businessman. I wanted to, always passionate about creating something, creating income, out of my own, just out of air, out of my own expense, out of whatever that passion was,
Right.
So like I used to sell shoes out of lockers and flip people's iPhones and find these hustles online and whatnot, and that was always just fun to me. But
natural born hustler,
and like helping people do that. Like I remember shipping out sneakers when I was in like 6th grade on like Nike Talk and ISS. Like these are like the old school, like camping out for sneakers, like really fighting people for those Concords, and like like it's really going down back then. Like the sneaker game's not the same anymore. But I would say sneakers kind of started that entrepreneurship journey for me. Just flipping and cleaning them and posting them online. Then I got into cars, which is like a side hustle.
Right.
But then I realized, okay, I'm gonna put the same energy into selling something. It might as well be something worthwhile. So that's how real estate came about. And I knew I wanted to own property, and I just started getting more into it. One of my teachers put me on to Bigger Pockets, which is like it's the biggest investing podcast for real estate.
Right.
Start listening to that. Had no idea what they were talking about, but just consuming the information over and over again, and finally it sticked. I got my marketing degree, but I didn't see myself going into like a traditional path, of course, because traditional paths don't really work for me most of the time. So, I don't want to just apply for a job and be stuck there and, be unhappy. So I decided to put that into my own journey. So that's how I came about real estate, I got my real estate license here in Washington, as an agent, licensed broker.
Right.
And I was blessed to get like my first listing within a couple weeks just from social media. Sometimes I think they say 80% of real estate agents fail in their first 2 years.
Right.
We're not going into that statistic.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You sound breaking that spell.
Yeah, but
I'm coming in different.
Right. Because I bring in that kind of investor mindset. Bringing that hustle mentality into real estate, being willing to door knock and call people and get rejected and just go after it, not fearing rejection, I think is like a really big key. Not even just in business, but when it comes to life,
Exactly.
Really,
Right. That's the same thing. Like I'm within sales, like you mentioned car sales and stuff like that. It's like you get more no than you get yeses.
Facts.
Like that just
you just gotta let that fuel you. Like don't let that hurt you. Like, okay, the next one could be a yes. Just have fun with it.
This is how I envision it, right? Just like the more no you get, it's just like, okay, that's
one
just
step
off
closer
the list.
to a yes.
Off the list.
And once you get that yes, man, that feels good.
Right.
It's like, man, that shit's worth it.
And it's such a mental thing too, because like we like from school and everything, you're raised to understand that there's more yes. If you're taking no's,
that
means
many people are in this world. Someone's gonna say yes to your offer at some point.
Exactly. Which is so different because like when with school you study to prepare for a test, but then in life you learn
Yeah.
from a test. You know what I mean? Like you learn from that.
Yeah, we can go in about the school system.
Exactly,
man. Yeah,
right?
It needs help.
Which is really, which is really crazy because it's like we all used to the idea of preparation before something, but then when you get into life, they don't prepare you for that shit. Like technically, it's just like you just get into it, and when you step in the water, you realize there's a pothole. You try to duck it the next time. You know what I mean? That's really how it is. You don't get prepared to see the pothole before you jump over it. Like it just don't work that way. So like you saying like just you having the means to just navigate and watching that podcast. What was the name of that podcast?
Bigger Pockets.
Bigger Pockets, man. You got to go check it out.
You got to get those bigger pockets.
Honestly, that's news to me too, because like you know that's something I definitely want to check out. I've been watching a lot of different podcasts.
It's tight.
Get into my own brand and actually like being able to network with other people out there and actually like get word with them, and you know just a form of networking. So Bigger Pockets is definitely on my list to check out too when it comes to podcasting out there. But you know, just being able to expand your network, just being able to expand sources of which how you gain information. Like right now we in an era where like people are more attracted to videos to audios than they're attracted to words down on a piece of paper or in a book. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So if you're more attracted to that, and you can still use that platform, you can still use that means, right, to like still build yourself. You know what I mean? Like some people are like, oh, you don't read books or whatever, but if you could still like get into like, you know, an audiobook, or like you can still watch a YouTube content or podcast, anything like can get you like still inspire you in a way, bro, you still helping yourself. You know what I mean?
Find what your learning style is, whether that's, you know, having like listening to audios, podcasts, reading, videos. I find actually listening to audio and reading is actually good because you're really locking in and focusing.
Right.
So, you know, whatever works for you and what's your learning style too. So
Exactly. That's really what it is. And it's like you got to be comfortable with what you're good at, you know? Like I know everyone is so like attracted to trends, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is how it works, and if you do it like this, now you alter, you know. But I feel like that's the cool part, is just doing it a little different, you know.
Everyone has an opinion these days, right? And you know, and a lot of opinions like, you know, go against each other. So I think it's okay to consume content, but don't get like lost in that. Don't get lost in that sauce, because everyone's saying different things, and there's a lot of fake news, fake content out there. So really watch what you consume, you know, and you really like curate your feed as well. I would say like get rid of all that, you know, the negative energy, and you know, you already know like stuff that it ain't filling up your cup. It ain't working towards the greater good. So you have the option to, you know, take that off or you know archive it. Lately, I've been turning my phone to black and white now, just to help.
I noticed that, bro. Like, I actually tried that too, bro.
Right, like, just to help. Like, why am I on my phone so much? You know, so sometimes you just need that trigger. You know, even like have a background that says, you know, like take a break, don't use this phone. Like, do what you got to do. You know, sticky notes on your window or whatever. But yeah, I found that like it was just like a random, interaction in Palestine. Actually, I saw a guy that, you know, I was just in a bar by myself, and I saw that he had that, and we actually really connected on a level where we were talking about self improvement and you know, just life in general. And I ended up staying with him in Germany for 3 weeks at his home. And he was that guy that introduced me to you know, just productivity hacks, and he recommended books. It was one that was called Vagabonding, which is all about traveling like on a budget and like sustainably. So a lot of my content is going to be around this. You know, how can you do it? You don't need a lot of money to travel. You can travel the world on less than you spend every day here in Seattle. I can tell you that. So a lot of my content is going to be around that on YouTube and whatnot. So that's something I'm actually really excited to bring. No one else, not a lot of people are doing that, you know, especially in like the business world, because people in the business world, I feel like very materialistic, or people in real estate, you know, there's a lot of, I don't really fit in with a lot of them. So I'm making my own lane when it comes to business and just entrepreneurship. So
you know, like saying that, bro, like even traveling the world, being your own entrepreneur, like some people, like even with real estate, like some people view it like, you know, even for me, like it's such a risky business, you know, It's something that
And no risk, no reward, though.
Exactly,
Everything great comes with risk.
Exactly. We were so structured in a way like, oh, just go to college or whatever, play the safe route, or like do it exactly this way, so it becomes a reality. And a lot of people would say like routes like that in which you have taken is really crazy, right?
Yeah.
So,
some people think I'm nuts.
Exactly,
I love telling these stories.
Exactly.
It's like,
so, like
it wakes people up. Like, damn, how'd you do that? Like, what?
Right?
Like, you slept in the whose house for how long? Like, we got a one-way ticket. Like,
my
man, I live off that.
Exactly. My question to you right now is like, what would you say has been one of the most significant moments in your life where you face a really real, like, trust me, I know you've been, you're making it sound so easy, you know what I mean? People out there is like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean? Like, how can you do that, right? How can you take 6 months out of the year to just travel to different places? I'm saying from Morocco to Thailand, now you're speaking on Germany. Like, you know what I mean? It's really crazy. So what are really some like significant turning points that you have really like faced, and what are ways that you can tell us that you overcome that moment and kept going? Because I know you have faced your fair share of those battles out there.
Yeah, like significant turning points.
Yep.
Yeah, man, there's I faced them pretty often, bro, to be honest, like it's really not easy, when you talk about, I can be on a podcast and speak all positivity,
Right.
Everything on social media is a highlight reel.
Exactly.
People are not going to talk about their downfalls. And I will say it isn't easy. I have those days where I'm like, damn, like, what am I doing? Like, I really quit like a good paying job to really like just kind of bum out. Sometimes it feels like that. Yeah. Sometimes it feels like that. Like, I'm just out here, with my backpack. But like, it really takes some recentering, like, like really taking time to myself and like not comparing yourself to other people. Like, that's why I'm talking about taking social media breaks. Like, really get into your own mind. Like, I'm not, I don't want to be a bot. I'm no or an NPC. Huh? Yeah, nah. That's what they want you to believe. People are gonna start, really like AI is taking over, but you gotta be smarter than that. Like,
exactly.
We gotta, like,
you gotta
don't sell your soul. Like, like, this is what makes us special, right? So yeah, like really just tapping into yourself, like journaling, like really thinking deeply about like what you want out of life, not just following the trends or what, the next guy has or whatever. Like, even travel, like, it's very subjective. Some people, like, it looks cool. It's nice to talk about. Everyone, gravitates toward it, but like, what are you actually doing it for? Are you actually like contributing to these communities, or are you like taking away from it?
Right.
Like,
do you have any like kind of like specific significant story that you will say that you overcame and it was one of your most outstanding highlights throughout your adventures?
Yeah. Man, I would say like visiting my family in Vietnam is like one of my huge one of my huge highlights, because I have actually a unique story. Being an African American in the States is its own unique identity, but I also can relate with immigrants because my family came here during the Vietnam War. My mom came here when she was 2 years old, and she's never even got to visit her family in Vietnam. And I visited them twice already, just because I like to travel, and they think like, wow, how do I have the means? Why am I doing this? Like, but I would say just actually seeing where my family comes from. And yeah, out of the 26 countries I've been, I say being in Vietnam definitely hits different, because these are your roots. I think I encourage everyone to discover their roots.
Yeah, bro, I can't wait to make mine happen, bro.
Yeah, I'm actually doing my 23andMe test right now to see where my African side is. I'm not sure yet. Somewhere in West Africa.
Right. I tell you, that's one thing I feel like I have a huge privilege over is like, me knowing myself and my people.
Right, because most African Americans just don't know.
Yes, where we came from and how, I know my roots, grandparents, great grandparents and all of that, like where we came from, what country we lived in, what town and everything like that. So
but yeah, imagine just not knowing.
Exactly,
I'm just here.
100%. 100%. Like, I can't wait to actually get into those conversations with you guys. Like, that's something that you heard here first. I'm gonna get into, like, roots and everything, like how we got to where we at right now and everything like that. Like, he's saying his experience with his people, like even going back home and being around and visiting and actually doing things that your dad or mom couldn't really, make
Right,
quite
we're
easy.
listening.
Like the
We're
way
living
you,
our ancestors'
exactly,
dreams at the end
right?
of the day.
And
You know, it's just this is bigger than me. You know, I'm not just taking flight, or, you know, traveling just to travel and post
right,
pictures. Like,
exactly,
you know what I mean? Like, this is like a deep meaning, and like I'm really trying to, you know, tap in with people that are making global impact around the world. It starts with community, but you know, we can scale this to, you know, something much bigger, and we
right.
need positivity and change in this world
We
because
sure
you know, have you
do.
looked what's happening? So
Exactly.
like, yeah,
Exactly,
we just need more people on some positivity.
Exactly, bro.
so.
You know, it's really crazy, man. It's really crazy just, you know, understanding the idea of just staying positive and like just keep doing what you do best, bro. Because I'm in the same boat, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't tell you like I'm just great at whatever I'm doing. It's like, nah,
No, we're
like,
all human.
exactly. Like,
yeah.
this whole process right here I'm sitting doing today is something that I've been is almost felt like a dragged on because it's like so hard to like mentally for me to just pull myself into space and execute the mission. You feel me?
Right.
But you know, when you finally get the chance to, like, it's like a trophy. It's like you won something, bro. You know what
Facts,
I mean?
yeah.
And like within that whole like strategy just kind of brings me up to like kind of my next question or idea towards you. Like, what are some like, you know, what are some like tips, some like strategies that you have learned throughout your adventures or like you have personally like just experienced through life that you would like to share out there with, like, you know, anyone who's watching right now, like all the listeners who are listening to this right now? What are some little quick tips that you learn on your own that you would like to share with, you know, to share with us?
Yeah, it's quick tips and strategies. So when I think about that, my mind goes in a lot of different places. You know, are we going like, you know, the mental health and wellness, or
Right.
you know, we're going the fitness route, are we
Exactly.
going, you know, business and well-being? You know, I think
Exactly.
it's all about like balance. You know, I think every yeah, we should always be balanced in what we do. You know, whether that's you know, keeping a healthy routine, having you know, I think too much of anything is never good.
Right.
You know, you can die from drinking too much water. You know what I mean? But you need water. You need the right
Exactly.
healthy amount.
Too
you
much
know?
of anything, bro.
Right, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? A lot of
Yeah.
us, we like sugar and, you know, you like candies and stuff.
Right,
too
but you
much of it,
still need
gotta-
sugar to operate, but you
Exactly.
can't have too much of that, right? But yeah, I mean, yeah, just taking care of yourself, you know, like, you know, being in the real estate and business and entrepreneurial world here in America, it's a grind and hustle culture and mentality, which I do get sucked into sometimes, but you need to know how to detach yourself from it, I would say.
Right.
You know, and I think that's what travel does for me, because I'm able to detach myself from it and really, you know, when I'm traveling, I'm thinking about like my life here. And when you're outside of America, you think of like, you know, of like
everything's
how
different.
things work here, and
Right.
like, you know, just question everything. And it's okay to question everything,
Right.
you know, because we're in control of our own destiny at the end of the
Exactly.
day, you know. So that's why, you know, when we're talking about social media and just influence and whatnot, like really dig deep on what's your passion and what fills your cup and what's gonna get you, what's gonna make you happy at the end of the day, you
Right.
know. You know, like chasing money is not the answer. I'll tell you that.
Exactly.
Yeah, money. Yeah, you know.
Not a lot of people gonna believe that one, bro.
Yeah, that is a question. Oh, money. Oh, does it make you happy? Yeah, it does. But you know, just think harder about that. You know,
Right.
You know, because you know, I've gone to a place where I've accomplished certain things in my life, but now I'm just like reevaluating, like, you know, like what's next. You know, like
Exactly.
I'm reaching, you know, just different levels and different times in your life. So
Right. You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy. You mentioned different time and levels and
Yeah.
what's next. You know, that actually like is actually really a brilliant strategy. Is a brilliant structure to always, you know, prepare yourself for outcome. You know, always have a goal. Always have something in mind. You know,
Yeah,
I used to
man.
tell a lot of my friends, I was like, you know, before I even chose to move to Washington, like I have lived in Washington mentally. You know what I mean? Like I have envisioned myself, and the only thing I'll tell you that is crazy about too much envisioning, because if you envision a certain way in which that you accomplish that mission in your head, and you not seem to accomplish that mission when you're on the surface, it feels a little iffy, because you know you had but it's a dream. You know, you can still bring it to reality, but it's all about how much you fight to bring it to reality. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that kind of brings me up to my next, you know, question. I know I've kept you here for a bit. You know, probably just as
No, it's
glad-
good. I'm enjoying
Yeah,
this, man. This is
Exactly,
fun.
right? Exactly, for sure,
Yeah,
for
this is-
sure,
this
man.
is
I'm
the
really
beginning.
glad you're here too. This brought me into yeah, what, you know, gave us a little insight of what what to expect, man. I know you got a lot on your plate. I know you got
Yeah,
somewhere to
bro.
be in the next couple hours too. You're a really busy guy.
Right.
So, what can we expect from you, bro?
Man, so yeah, I was gone like 5 months out the year. Now I'm kind of, getting my gears together. I wouldn't say settling down.
Depends on
I'm
what
not
you mean
doing
by
that, but like I'm working on like different projects. As far as like I touched on real estate. I'm getting more into the wholesaling side. There's so many different avenues you can go in real estate. So I'm kind of find my niche and something that I can work on remotely and like really run a business. Because I'm kind of getting into like an employee kind of mindset with real estate sometimes. So I'm trying to find like my real niche and start honing in on a wholesale business that I can actually help and plug people into as well, and like really start investing as well.
Right.
So I got my first property last year. I'm house hacking, so I'm only paying, like, with all the numbers and expenses and everything, I'm only paying about $500 a month to live, and I'm actually investing in a property in Seattle where I'm getting equity every month.
Which is crazy.
So I want to invest in more properties. I want to teach people how to do that too. I want to build my social media presence in a way that is that makes sense. Like what we're doing here. I want to, like I said, have more educational content. Kind of documentaries touching on the places that I've been. I have clips from everywhere. I just haven't put them out yet.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I know. I've noticed you've been dropping some stuff here and there on Instagram and stuff like that.
So actually scaling. I might hire some people to help me with certain things that I'm not the best at.
Right.
Like really just expanding. I plan to make an ebook as well. Like the one I'm talking about with like digital products.
Yep.
Ebook, that can be a course later on maybe, but I don't want to be one of those guys that just sell courses just to sell courses.
Yeah,
it's gonna make sense if I do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that ebook will be about something relating to travel and business and entrepreneurship that people can easily plug into, and that's going to be worthwhile to read.
Right.
So that's something that's in the back of my mind. YouTube suspension.
Right.
I think being a travel YouTuber, like, I think that's one of my dreams. Right. It is one of my dreams.
And
it's like always been in the back end. But now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start executing this.
Yeah.
Like when I walked into Color Studios, I was like, like something clicked. Like,
right, bro.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know what it was.
Day
like,
one.
You gotta just like change your environment sometimes.
Yes, it plays a major role, bro.
Yeah,
that's coming from me. Like I had to get up and go. Like,
you know what I mean?
There's some changes that you just gotta make, bro.
Right,
like it sounds dangerous, whether you get the support or not.
Man.
Like, you know what I mean?
Especially
like,
when you're young.
Exactly.
Like, it's okay to fail.
Right.
Fail forward.
Right. You gotta be willing to accept whatever comes with it. You know what I'm saying? But most people will understand is that it's not really about the destination, it's more about the journey.
The journey,
right?
Facts.
The whole transition, the experience, the ups, the down. Because when you finally get it, you have it for a long time, it gets boring, and now you're looking forward to another thing, right?
Yeah,
so
a lot of millionaires say they miss that journey and that grind.
That
so you
grind, that hustle.
Enjoy, know how to like smell the flowers on the way.
Right,
like don't lose track.
Right.
Like we're all grinding to get to a certain destination, but like it's okay to just enjoy and it's okay to take breaks too.
100%.
Like I encourage everyone to go do a solo trip. To be honest, even if it's a
dream,
small
bro.
weekend trip in the States, like start there. But it's honestly life changing to have that solitude and just feel like okay with being alone, and I think that makes you even a better partner in the future for when you get into a serious relationship.
Right.
So
solo
trip. Highly recommend. Yeah, I went on an 8-month trip in 2018, so that was like the game changer for me,
bro. Like when I saw these places that you were visiting, bro, I was like, man, I gotta talk to bro, because it's like you were living pretty much everyone's kind of dream, because if you were human, that moving around is one of the most lesson that you can learn, right?
Right, to leave your hometown.
Yes, if you see how people live in other places and see how people make things possible using the means of which they have less opportunity, because when you leave the U.S., like things get a little more different out there. You see the real worth of what it really is. You know what I mean? So being able to have that experience and like you being able to share, bro. I hope to like have you on the show multiple times, bro. Like I know this is probably just the beginning of everything, but I know for sure there's so much you got going on, bro. bro, like I would love to talk to you more about your upcoming status and all those good things you would just share with us today, bro. You know what I mean? Like to everyone out there, you know, that's what each episode is about, you know, structuring you, putting you in connection with some people out there who are really like doing their thing and you know trying to get to it, bro. So in this case, man, how can we find you, bro? Like what I know you mentioned social media a couple times. Actually, I got you on Instagram and stuff like that.
Blazing Persuasion on Instagram. That's the main handle. I mean, Tevin Gladney, being a real estate agent, you're pretty much a social figure. So you search my name, Google my name, Tevin Gladney, you see everything out there. Yep. My YouTube is Adventurepreneur right now. Adventurepreneur, like entrepreneur. Right. I might change it because some people don't know how to say it or spell it, so I might change that. But for now, it's Adventurepreneur on YouTube. We're working on the content. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be informational. But yeah, Blazing Persuasion on everything. Exactly. Like I like to keep my stuff. I don't have a separate business page or personal. I take everything in one. It's your own business. Yeah, you know what I mean? Right. I don't like to like have different personas and whatnot. Like I just I'm all about like being genuine and authentic. And if you don't like me or what I do, then I don't want to work with you. To be honest, I don't care. It's pretty simple. So I want to work with people that I vibe with, and you know that we're on the same wavelength. So yeah, there's enough people in the world to find that. So
100%. Yes, sir, man. And you know I would drop his link, his name, and how to get in contact with him in the bottom of this video. Make sure while you at it, make sure you like, you subscribe, you know, help us out so we help you guys out. My boy came through today, he got a lot on his mind. He got a lot to share, and I'm pretty sure we could sit here and talk the entire time because there's so much. Yeah. There's so much that he got to share, and I got to share with you guys too. That is just, you know, it's just a nonstop kind of adventure. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, just taking your time and you being here is a blessing. You know, you sitting out there watching this content, supporting, you know what I mean, whatever you were doing to be impactful to this community. You know, your boy Max, you heard it here first, even with Tevin, with everything we are mentioning here today. We appreciate your time and your effort. You know what I mean? Like this is a grind that we've been trying to figure out for a really, really long time. You know what I mean? Like, this is a mission, and we should all accomplish it together. You know what I mean?
Yes,
you know,
sir.
Make sure you comment. Make sure you state your idea. You know what you want to hear about next. You know what I mean? Like I'll put my Instagram links and all social media in the bottom of this video too. So go ahead. You know, whatever way you want to tap in with me, I'm humble with it. DM me. You know what I mean? Just let me know. You know, I'm always willing to take ideas from other people. You know what I mean? I'm an open-minded person. I'm pretty sure it's Tevin, you know.
All day. Yeah, open book, you know. Exactly. Like just hit the DMs if you have questions about anything at all. But yeah, like it's such a pleasure and honor to be here. Like it's the first episode. Like we're really bringing it in.
We're bringing it hot,
I'm really excited to see where this goes and you know the guests you bring on and just
bro. It's gonna be
fire, bro. That's all I gotta say.
It's gonna be a movie. Man. But anyway, if you're out there right now, you know, we appreciate the love. We appreciate all the support. Make sure you interact with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe to the channel so we can all grow each other out. You know, thanks so much, Tev, for being here, bro. I really appreciate your time and your effort,
fire.
Man.
We did it, bro.
We got more to come, bro.
We did it.
All right, boy.
All right, stay tapped in, like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, all that. Peace.